Barakah, Allah Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone of the well. I am not a member, however, I've entered into their labors. Peace, mercy, and blessings to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. There's a little article came out 2 days ago. What was it, Friday? Just gonna hit a couple points and that'll be the video, get a couple precepts, and it really will just serve as a warning. Just, keep sounding that horn, keep ringing that bell of what is on the way. All right, so let's get it. Americans aren't buying Putin's price hike. Blaming Russia for every economic woe is increasingly falling flat. So off the bat, the average everyday GMO baby, the average dumbass American, well, almost, is starting to see these things, which is going to cause him to cause the powers that be to kind of strengthen their physical plans as opposed to mentally taking people through gymnastics, because folks are just no longer buying this. And well, let's read a little more. Okay. Americans are reeling from surging gas prices, food prices, and the prices of rent, all which have steadily risen since the start of the demic. U.S. President Byron has chosen to blame Russian President Vladimir Putin for the situation, dubbing it Putin's price hike. But people aren't buying it, and of course they're not, because it doesn't make sense. And no longer are long gone are the days where people will sit there and say, well, I don't get it, but I trust that we're going to do what's right. Long gone are those days. And why? You know why. Because the truth is out and the veil is being lifted off of some for salvation. Gosh, couldn't think of that word. And then the veil is lifted off of some so they can, just end up being destroyed. And of course, I'm talking about 2/3 of our people. However, others are going to wake up as well. These heathen are starting to see these things as well. That is a byproduct of this truth going out. So, Second Thessalonians 2:7 NLT real quick. All right, for this lawlessness is already at work secretly, and it will remain secret until the one who is holding it back steps out of the way. Verse 8, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And now, where we're at is that it's no longer secret. Right, his wickedness, his enchantments are no longer secret. He is revealed. The devil is revealed. He is a man. He is a nation of people. Esau, Edom, point blank and period. And they are linked to the daughter of Babylon. Wait, we'll get that in a second. Let's see what else is here. Biden, who ran on the promise. Oh, wait, higher costs of basically everything from gas, essential groceries, logistical supply chain crisis, and shortage of transportation workers. Already serious issues exacerbated by the demic era lockdowns and movement restrictions, which was the response to something that was not, let's just say I'm trying to word it properly. That outrageous response was not warranted. That was not a measured response whatsoever, and it is proven without a shadow of a doubt, and with empirical data, that this was more of a war on the middle class, because they are moving forward with their plans. And some say that it is a sea theory, but no longer. You can see it. Everything's going out. This internet is not their friend. These apps are not their friend. They are getting exposed left and right. More people are looking, more people are listening. And then you still have some that are doing neither, but to their own detriment. They weren't given eyes to see and ears to hear. When we're talking about our people, our Israelites, all right, it's trying to unite Americans in common cause against Russia, which he blames as the source of all of the problems ailing the United States, even ones that cropped up well before the conflict in Ukraine and ahead of Biden's sanctions on the Russian economy. And he's doing this all while condemning Republicans and their ultra MAGA plan to raise taxes on working families. So, at the end of the day, the point I keyed in, before I go on, the point I keyed in was all of these rising prices, and you can see boomers in the grocery store can't afford the food, the image that they're painting. Uh, so be aware of what's coming. And folks are no longer, at some point, somebody is going to jump up and cause these riots that are brought about in the Bible, that are talked about in the Bible. There's only so far, let me put this charger in. There's only so far you can take a people, even the dumbest of Americans. There's only so far you can take them. And then there are some that are just going to go along all the way to the end as a sheep to the slaughter. But at the end of the day, these are the doings of the Lord. He said they would come to pass. He is just using his sword, and we'll get that in a second. He's just using his sword to execute what he already said would come to pass. We want to start here. 14, 2nd Esdras 16, verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled, and shall not be put out, till it consume the foundations of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot by a mighty archer returneth not backwards, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Woe is me, says Esdras. Who will deliver me in those days? So he'll be here, whoever he is. All right, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, and the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Now, we know, those of us who are given the eyes to hear and the, God dog it, given the eyes to see and the ears to hear, we know what we're supposed to be doing. Even right now, where these things are seemingly cool and everything seemingly relaxing, so to speak, but we know what we ought to be doing, seeking Him early. Um, we're going to get His sword, and then I'm going to get one more. Dang, I didn't know I had all caps. I'm yelling in the search box. So Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. We know who the wicked is. Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation with forever. And I did say that all of these things are the doings of the Lord by using Esau Edom his whooping stick or his sword, the border and the wicked, and we'll go to Isaiah. I'm going to prove that this is the doing at the end of the day. The hand of the Lord on his left hand is moving. Um, Shame. No. Uh, dang. I'm kind of lost. I know it's 45. Israel shall be saved in Yahweh with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. So we know what we got coming. For thus saith the Lord that created the heavens, God himself that formed the earth and made it. He had established it and created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. I am the Lord, there is none else. Mm, but we can get this too, because it says what Ezra was saying. What shall I do in those days? We have faith. We're going to believe. That doesn't mean we're not going to see things, but the Lord will bring us through it. And if you don't believe that now, then when shit hits the fan, you're going to be a frantic mess, not being able to hold it together. I have not spoken in secret. This is Isaiah 45 and 19. Not what I wanted, but I'm going to read it anyway. I have not spoken in secret in a dark place of the earth. I said not unto the seed of Jacob, seek ye me in vain. I, Yahweh, speak righteousness. I declare the things that are right. I publicly proclaim bold promises, right? And just as he publicly proclaimed the bold promises of the plagues, he also says that my servant shall eat, will laugh when everybody is crying, will drink when everyone is thirsty. He promised these things during the times of Jacob's trouble, and even greater, he promised the deliverance to the remnant, right? So that the Yahweh Shai coming on that chariot, bigger than a mountain, and he who I can't remember who saw it, but he was saying it has no origin. Otherwise, I would have known where it came from, right? And he also promises about how the archangel in those days, Archangel Michael will stand up, right? The standard will be lifted up, men will get spiritual power. So all of these are bold promises, whether they be for our good or whether they be for the destruction of those who deserve, or I shouldn't say that we all deserve it, or for those who are slotted for destruction. I do not whisper obscurities in some dark corner. I would not have told the people of Israel to seek me if I could not be found. I, Yahweh, speak only what is true and declare only what is right. Beautifully put. But I can't find what I'm looking for. Is it 55? Maybe I'm cause what I was looking for. Damn. Okay, we'll get this one too. Not what I'm looking for, but we're gonna get that too. Isaiah 55 and 7. Because remember Ezra said, what should I do in those days? So I'm just kind of, this is not exactly what it's saying, but I'm just piecing these things together, piecing these precepts together, because it's many-fold. Many different precepts go with many different things for many different dispensations, or many different subjects, should I say. That's a better term, not dispensations. Um, Let the wicked forsake his way, and that is what we ought to be doing, and say, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, because we need to be having a single mind, focus on salvation, focus on pleasing him, right? Because he that does not keep his commandments, you don't love him. You cannot say you love him and don't keep his commandments. And let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. And thanks to Yahweh Shai, or him sending his only begotten son, Yahweh sending his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, to fulfill the law and then give us a way back, because we still cannot go directly to the Father. Him being a mediator is just the perfect way to get. There is no better way, and Yahweh knew that. Why? Because his ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. He knew. He wrote the story the way he wanted it to be done. It is beautifully written. And now we got that way back in Babylon. Because if we were to be judged currently by the letter of the law, 144 call Allah Yahweh Bashim Shai. If we were to be to judge by the letter of the law without Yahweh Shai, there would be no seed of Israel. We would all be done and wiped out. We would have transgressed after transgressed. And then if we leave in the fact that we would have forgotten who we are, we've been transgressing left and right, violating the Sabbath, all these other things, eating unclean foods, and the culture of blackness, that black culture would have prevailed, which is it's just reeks of death. Why? Because it's an invention of Esau Edom. We've been done. It'd been over. He'd have been allowed to set up his left-handed blessing on the earth, which, according to scripture, just isn't going to happen. Dang it, it was that. I just seen it. That's what I needed. Let the wicked forsake his way. Yes, Isaiah 58, 55, and 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. That's what I needed. And then I make, is it maketh? We'll get that real quick. Fine. Is it I kill and I make alive? We don't get that. I need that. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. So this is why I said at the end of the day, this is the doing of the Lord. Perfect balance. He has his spirits that he creates to do evil, and he has his angels or spirits, and he has the one on the right to do good. Omnipotent, in control of all. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. That is a display of an omnipotent power, in control of all, the greatest storyteller, the greatest chess player, the greatest inventor, the greatest of creators, the only creator. You can walk outside and look at nature, look at the beautiful things of nature, and no two things are alike. So there had to be some sort of organized and intelligent life to do that. You don't get organization out of a big bang. You don't get organization out of chaos. Only through the way of a devil do you get organization out of chaos, because that is their motto, ordo ab chaos. But it was chaos that they prescribed. So it only looks chaotic to you, but to the devil that planned it, it's all according to his plan. And as you can see, it is order anyway. It just looks chaotic to the uninitiated, so to speak. But anyway, there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So he will have his little season. Esau Edom, the devil, Satan, the accuser of our brethren, right? Our adversary. He will have his little season. He's at the end of his little season. He is being revealed, and soon the curses in their entirety that were on us will be on him, will be lifted off of us and be put onto him, and no one will be able to deliver him out of the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All will be set in order, all will be made right, but before that can happen, Second Ezra 16 is going to come. Jacob's trouble is going to be a less than fun ride, but there's a standard being lifted. There are great miracles that are going to be coming on the flip, so that is a perfect balance. There's going to be some stuff going on, but at the same time, standards going to be lift, power is going to be made to be seen, miracles, all the beautiful things, because Yahweh Shai said that we would do greater than he. So, just be on standby for that. Stay prayed up fast if you can or need to, however you need to do it. Repent, continuously repent. Always say, the water, say thank you for the little things, remind yourself just for getting home safely, anything like that. Be thankful, show gratitude, be contrite, be humble, and watch Yahweh Bashem Yahushai work. Watch him take care of you in a time when you need it. Believe that through faith without wavering. All right, according to the book of James. So with that being said, shalom.